They say by the time you reach the age of 25, most people have met the one and just haven't realized it yet. In Prime Video's The One That Got Away, they took that notion and created an addictive new reality dating series. 6 unlucky in love singles are reunited with people from their past and have the opportunity to explore these missed connections in hopes of finding their one true love. I sat down with contestants Kasey and Vince to talk about their experience.
To be honest, before they reached out to me for this show, The Bachelorette actually reached out, and I was like, my whole profile is private. Like Instagram, everything, social media is private. The only thing I was on was Bumble. And these casting producers just reached out to me. They're like, hey, would you be interested in a reality TV show? And I was like, I'm single for the first time in like forever. I'm like, I hate online dating kind of, so yeah, I'm kind of like down to try something new. And I'm just a very adventurous person. So once I figured out, oh, The Bachelorette, what is that? So 30 guys dating one girl. I was like, not really my style. I was like, but I had a feeling that was priming me for something to come. And literally a month later, a casting producer reached out to me for this show. And then they told me the premise. I was like, oh my gosh, The One That Got Away. I was like, that's the trope of my life. Like, you don't understand. Like, I was in a 9-year relationship, ending that, right? You have those thoughts. Like, Katy Perry just singing in the back. Like, you're like, yeah, like she might be the one that got away. Did I screw up? And so that trope being in the back of my mind, I'm just like, this is, I think, like a sign. Like, I should just, try.
What the hell? You're gonna kill me.
What?
What's your name again?
Were you surprised each time that portal opened?
There were a couple of times where I was super surprised. As you saw in the trailer, the first one, I was super surprised. I was like, who is this? But I still gave him a chance. There was definitely a couple of people that I was like, oh, that makes a lot of sense why you're here. And you can actually see it on my face, like genuinely, I'm very happy that it was someone that I finally knew. And that I was like, oh yeah, like I do wondered if, we had pursued something, this might have happened. So I was like super excited for everyone to come through.
I just want to live in this moment.
A new arrival is about to come through the portal.
Oh my God.
Yeah, honestly, I was just so overwhelmed. First, that I was gonna be the first one to do it, because I was kind of ready to see like, oh, let's see, these other people and I can kind of like warm up a little bit. They were just like, no, Vince, you're the guinea pig, throw you in a fire. And I was like, oh my gosh, I have no idea what to expect. And then you see like this figure of a woman walk through and you're just like, this is like a movie. Like, I'm living a movie right now. So when you're seeing it for the first time, literally I am seeing it for the first time too, and I have like no idea what to expect. Like, we're living in reality.
It's television and they're setting the mood up for romance to happen. What did you take away from that?
I was with one person for so long, right? And so you just get into the habit of just investing your emotions and your energy in one person. And I think this experience really opened my eyes to being able to connect to so many different women on a very deep level. And I didn't really know that was possible. I learned so much about just like being vulnerable, being emotionally available in these moments, because we have these dates. It's not like we're gonna have like a bunch of dates. I can just call her, hey, let's do a second date whenever. Like we didn't have access to each other. So whenever we did see each other on these dates, it was like we were 100% in, right? No distraction. Both parties just want something there. So it's like you're just trying to spark a fire and both sides, and we're just like going at it, trying to see what sparks will ignite, And so it was just so exciting, so living, just lively every day. Just, I'm finding something I like about this person. I'm finding something I love about myself.
You talked about, giving too much and not receiving. How do you feel about who you are, the Kasey that walked in as opposed to the Kasey that walked out of the house? Talk to me a little bit about that.
Yeah, I mean, my journey throughout this experience is just like an accelerated version of what may have taken me years to understand and learn about myself. So I'm so fortunate to have gone through this within like a month and a half, right? So, before I was definitely more codependent in relationships. I would go with whatever guy found me attractive or whatever guy was doing stuff for me, who was a gentleman. I'd be like, oh, I should pursue this guy because he's so nice to me. But as I proceed throughout the experience, I realized like I have standards too, and that I need to uphold them, and I need to be careful with who I give my heart to, you know? And I do deserve better for myself. That, you know, I do deserve someone who's supportive of my career, who accepts me for who I am, you know? And I didn't really have that in my previous relationship. So I've definitely become so much stronger and very like independent as a woman. So I'm really happy to see that in practice in real life now.
What's the one thing that you have taken away from this experience, whether you're single or in a relationship in life?
I would say, I guess, don't be so reliant on your partner to make you happy. Like, you really have to discover that happiness on your own and independently of anybody else. And that goes with even your friendships or, you know, your forever person. You're never gonna be happy unless you're happy yourself and unless you love yourself, and you gotta work hard on that first. And then and only then will you be ready to find that perfect person, because you're gonna find that person that compliments you. And that's what you want. You want someone cheering by your side. You want them to be your cheerleader, your support person, but not someone who like fulfills this like hole in your heart. You got to learn how to fill that up yourself. And that's the biggest, probably, lesson I've learned this entire experiment.
The One That Got Away is streaming on Prime Video June 24th.
I have a chance to rewrite history.
I'm trying to figure out where I know him from.
We met on social media.